Hi, I'm Raborn Johnson for Sample Library Review, and today I'm checking out Drum Fury Motion by Sample Logic. Drum Fury Motion is easily one of the most flexible and fun rhythm instruments I've yet seen. With deep sequencing capabilities, deep sequencing controls, and a plethora of presets, Drum Fury Motion can quickly add complex custom rhythms to your tracks. Drum Fury Motion is compatible with the full version of Kontakt 6.7.1 or above. It downloads at around 6 GB and includes over 1,800 instruments and presets. Drum Fury Motion is available from Sample Logic for $299.99, but at time of review was available for the introductory price of $199.99. This is one of the deepest rhythm instruments I've yet come across. The amount of control that you have over two different sound cores and the complexity that you can introduce into your rhythms in a few clicks is just really kind of mind-boggling. And the randomization options here are just amazing. I mean, it's awesome how many randomization options you have. To get you started, though, there are a ton of presets that you can see. So just like with other Sample Logic instruments like Guitar Fury or, Synth AI, it's got a great browser that includes some great tagging across presets so that you can click, whatever category you want. You can combine categories and instantly get presets that you want. So that's always really helpful. But where you're going to love this instrument is in the deep sequencing that you can do. This is one of the deepest sequencers I've yet seen. So we're going to go ahead and jump into some of the presets, and then we'll dive into the engine and show you around. Let's start out with the very first one that loads up, Abandoned Ship. Really, really cool. Let's do a few more just random presets here. Let's try this one, Aborigine Attack. I mean, these are really cool. Air Force Runway. Amazing Race. And just to show you really quickly before we do dive into the engine, you can see you can actually set steps that are completely different so that you can create some very unique rhythms. Like this one has 6 steps, this one has 16 steps. So, you can get some really cool polyrhythms going that way. Backbeat Reefer. Bad Actors. Okay, let's actually go into one of the browser categories. Let's go to Acoustic Organic and just jump into just a few of these. If you're listening to this in headphones, wow. I mean, the panning is so cool. The panning effects that you can get. Black Market. How about Chasing the Dragon? There's over 1,800 instruments and presets here, so I mean, there's just a ton to choose from. I'm just giving you a very small sample set. Let's try Dr. Doom. Let's do a couple more and then we're going to dive into the engine. Let's go ahead and jump over to Africa and let's go to Camelback. One thing I want to mention here that's kind of crazy, I'm running this Sample Logic instrument off of an external hard disk, and it is loading tremendously fast. I'm super impressed. In the past, because Sample Logic instruments always have a single NKI that includes all of the presets, I've noticed that they load up a little bit slower than some instruments at times. There always a ton of presets that are great, but that's always just been an issue for me, is that the presets can sometimes take a little while to load. I am just really pleasantly surprised how quickly this is loading. This is actually loading quicker than the majority of preset instruments that I've come across, and this is all in a single NKI running from an external hard disk. That's just really, really impressive. All right, let's do one more and then we'll dive into the engine. This one's called Crank Pulse. Actually, I'm going to just do a couple of other categories before we get into the engine itself, and then we'll come back and do some more presets. But I really want to give you a taste of some of the different kinds of sounds. Here's one called Brute under the industrial category. And how about, let's go to Plastic and let's do Night Train. And maybe let's do Vocal. And let's do Pop It. Okay, I love that. Now I am going to go ahead and put a heart beside that one. And just to show you, anytime you like a preset, you just put a heart beside it. And then if you want to recall those later, you can simply click the heart and you'll find any presets that you've put the heart beside. So you can find your favorites really quickly, really easily. All right, let's do one more. How about a Wild Stutter? And let's jump down, I don't know, maybe Micro Machines. So you can see tons of flexibility here, but let's go on. I'm going to go back to the acoustic organic section. Let's get rid of the Wild Stutter and I'm going to jump way down. I don't know. Let me just grab a random one. Let's try Stampede so I can have a starting point. Let's see if this is a good starting point. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so there are so many things going on here. First off, if you're not someone who likes to deeply tweak sequencers and instruments and controls and effects and all those things, but you also don't want to go with just stock sounds, you want to create your own sound, you want something custom for your track, then boy, does Sample Logic have a really cool random engine for you. So right here, you can just simply hit the random button, and what it's going to do is randomize whatever you select. So right here in these three dots, this is your randomize preference. So you can select independent sound cores. You can say you want to randomize the master effects. Maybe you want to keep everything, but you just want to randomize the source material. You know, in each of the sound cores, you have two different core presets. Or excuse me, you have a core preset, then you have a source. One source with a core preset. So you can simply go over here. You can say you want to randomize the source material. Maybe you want to keep the source material. You just want to randomize the step pattern. You can do that. You can do the effects chain. With the step animator itself, you can randomize whether or not that's on or off. You can randomize the velocities for each step. You can randomize the length. You can randomize the transposition so that you can actually pitch those across minor keys, major keys, Dorian, Phrygian, whatever. You can randomize the duration, the stutter, the panning. You can randomize the mix parameters and even the effects pattern, which we'll get into in just a moment. So let's go back to that sound to hear what it sounded like before. Okay, so now I'm going to say, instead of randomizing the preset, let's just randomize the step pattern for both of the cores. So I'm going to hit the random button, and just like that, I have something brand new. I want to try it again. Again. Okay, so maybe I want to go deeper than that. Maybe I want to keep the step animator, but maybe I want to randomize the effects pattern. So I'm going to keep the same effects, but I'm going to randomize the pattern because the effects even have their own sequencer matrix that I'll show you in just a moment. So let's say I just want to randomize the effects pattern, and maybe I want to randomize the velocity. Okay, so as a reminder, here's our starting point. And when I randomize those two things, okay, maybe I want to randomize, I don't know, the duration and the stuttering and the pan. And then maybe this time I'm going to take my mix parameters and randomize those as well. And again. And again. So, I mean, you can see that all started, let's go back and reload that one. That all started from this preset. And you'll notice I didn't touch a sequencer. I didn't touch a step. I simply hit a few randomization options and boom, I had something completely custom and unique for me, which is just so freaking cool. Okay, so each sound core, you can see you've got sound core 1, sound core 2. You can turn these off or on. You can solo one or the other. One thing that I love that Sample Logic has done is with the keys down here, the C is actually what triggers both patterns together. Or if I want to trigger just one pattern, let's say core 1, I'm going to push D. Or core 2, I'll do E. So cool. Okay, so beyond the randomization options, let's say that I want to do my own deep tweaking. So I could start with the core preset. I could leave this core preset alone, and I could pick my own core preset. So I could load up something else just for this core. So I'm going to go to Hallway Darts and go back home. So I've randomized nothing but the actual core preset. Let's try another one. And even with the same rhythm, that sounds completely different. So it's obviously, I say with the same rhythm down here, it's changing the rhythm here because it's loading that core preset. So you can see it is changing that. Okay, so maybe I want to keep that core preset, but I just want to change the source material. So I can open the source browser, and one thing I love is, once again, I have all of the tags, all of the categories for the presets, tons and tons of presets. Here's what I really love that Sample Logic have done. They've given you these two additional keys here that you can actually use to scroll. One of the other complaints I've had about Sample Logic's instruments in the past, they've always been some of the deepest instruments on the market, but I've always hated hitting this little scroll bar. It's such a little thing. It's such a small complaint, but it's, when you're trying to work quickly, that can be really inconvenient to have to do that. I've always wanted to be able to just hit my up and down arrows or to use my wheel mouse, but I've always had to click this little thing and drag it. But watch this. I can click, and once I've loaded one, let's say I want to try it out. Oh, I'm going to just hit D so I can just audition this one. I'm going to hit my C, and it's going to go backward. I'm going to hit my D. It's going to go forward. How cool is that? That is a workflow saver. I'm going to turn up the volume on that so you can hear it a little bit more. Look how quickly I can audition these. I mean, how cool is that? The workflow saving, the amount of workflow this saves, the amount of steps this saves, I can't explain how much easier that is. That was a brilliant move, Sample Logic. I want to see that in all of their preset browsers going forward, because the time that saves just makes these instruments even 100% more useful to me. Okay, so we're on our way to customizing our own sound here. Now, I can go to the Step Animator preset, and I have a plethora of different presets that Sample Logic have already created for me. So if I don't want to customize, I don't want to tweak myself, I can simply combine a different step pattern with my own custom sound along with the core preset and listen. Or I can say, let's try a different one. Now let's combine. I mean, just like that, I'm off and running creating most sounds, but this gets way deeper. So let's say that I want to open the actual Step Animator. I can do that. I can open the Step Animator and I can control exactly which steps are going to be triggered, what velocity they're going to be at, the length for each independent step, as well as the length in bars of the pattern itself. I can transpose so that I can, I can pitch these however I want. So let's say that maybe I want to pitch this one up, and maybe I want to pitch this one just a little bit less, and we'll pitch that one there. Let's go here. I'm just going to pitch all over just for fun. All right, let's see what that does. Now, something completely custom. How cool is that? So I also can change my panning. I can turn stutter on. So let's say that I want to do a stutter, I don't know, maybe on these steps. And I can pick, what's my stutter speed? Well, let's say I want to do it in 16ths across the board. Oh, wait, I can change it to do maybe a 32nd over here, and maybe a 96th here, and maybe a 48th here. Let's see what that does. I mean, how cool is that? Oh, I messed up here. This is actually duration. Your panning is here. So let's say that I want to just kind of do this. Oh, wait, I can reset it. That's just so much more convenient. Just quickly clear out what you've got. You can see your left is here, your right is here. And my duration, maybe I want to lessen the duration on some of these steps. I can do that. So let's say that I want to maybe go here. So cool. Now I can quantize to make it more exacting. There's also a way, I'm trying to remember, that you can actually make it a little more human. And I'm sorry, I am struggling to remember. Oh, this is another thing. You can randomize your velocity as well. So when you do that, when you're playing through, it will randomize the velocity throughout your pattern. So cool. And on this one, I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's the velocity intensity. So you can put it, if you put the velocity intensity in, you can control that. I mean, you can say, I want to do maybe 128 steps, and you can actually change the pattern on different pages. So it's just crazy the amount of things you can do here. I thought you could do that. Maybe what am I missing here? Okay, there we go. You have to wait till it gets to the next one. But here I could customize as well. So once again, I can, oh, my mouse is getting moved on me here. And so, yep. Oh, there we go. I can click it. I was just clicking with, I just got a new wheel mouse, everybody, and I'm still getting used to that. So I was accidentally right clicking. There we go. So you can click through the pages and you can create right here a completely unique 8-bar pattern. I mean, just crazy. So you can see it's just crazy how deep this is. You can also obviously control, does the pattern go twice as fast? Does it go the normal speed? Does it go half speed? Does it go forward, backward? Does it ping pong? You can even say, I only want it to go 4 times. And you can click that, and then this particular sound core will only play 4 times, and after that, it will just keep playing this sound core. I mean, it is crazy how much customization you have here. Now, not only do you have these deep sequencing customization options, but let me load another preset here. You have super deep effects preset options. So I can go to the effects matrix here for Core 1, or I could also click this, and you'll see I can select 6 different effects from a plethora of different effects in this list. I have a separate matrix for each of these. So within the matrix, I can say, okay, let's listen to this one to start with. So if I wanted to add a compressor, you can put that in, and you can also hit right here, you've got your own animator for the compressor. Oops. So I can open that up, and let's see here. What am I doing wrong? Trying to remember. Oh, here we go. Okay, so compressor must not have one, or somehow that is not, I guess it doesn't have one. Let me see if I change that from compressor to vowel. Yep. Okay, it's just that particular effect. But you can see I have my own step sequence just for vowels here. So let's say I can go to a pre-selected preset, or I can make my own. So I'm just going to kind of throw something together here. All right. And now, actually, let's just do Sound Core 1. And then I can go and say, okay, within the tape saturation, I want to create maybe a rise and fall pattern. I'm just using my right mouse button to do that. So you can see how cool is that. And I'm trying to understand here. I still don't quite have the hang of why these are black, why these are kind of grayed, and then these have the step animator beside them. That is a little bit confusing. I'm going to take that tape saturation out and see what happens. Maybe if we do the phaser, we can get a better idea. So let's open the phaser. And here, okay, not exactly sure what's going on there. Okay, so the black obviously means it's turned off. And this shows that I've got a step animator, but I also have a step animator here, which is why I'm a little bit confused. Oh, wait a minute. You have to turn it on. Okay. Now, there we go. And my tape saturation, same thing. I've got to turn that step animator on. There we go. And then this just controls whether it's in or out. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So let's open the delay and let's turn that on, and maybe let's say, I don't know, let's just pick a preset. I like that. That looks good. And let's maybe turn off, let's just do the first steps, or the first steps of each bar and see what that sounds like. And I'm going to turn it up where it's really pronounced. Let's see, damp. Here we go. Well, that's interesting. And when I take it off, well, isn't that interesting? It's so deep here. And then in addition to that, you have a mix section where you can mix each individual sound core with, its own pan, envelope, filter, EQ, energy as a form of saturation. And you even have a master section where you can load 6 more effects or another preset with additional reverb across both of the sound cores and all of the sounds. I mean, this thing is just crazy deep, friends. Crazy, crazy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump into some more presets and quit jaw wagging here so that you can hear kind of what's happening. Let's go to Asia and let's go to Bronco. We're just going to jump through some of these pretty quickly to give you just an idea. Crusty Winds. And maybe Delta Force. All right, I'm going to jump down to the big heavy category and let's go Boom Cycle. And maybe Chain Gamer. And let's jump down to maybe Moto X. Oh, John Zwick. We've got to do that one. I mean, that's one of the cool things too, is with these presets, you can open up these step animators and really get a feel for how they were programmed, which can really be educational as you begin programming your own sounds. Super duper cool. Okay, let's go to cinematic, bending bounce. And the two cores, here's core 1 and core 2. And let's jump down to handmade. And just for fun, let's actually just randomize just the step animator on that one. Let's do it again. And again. Again. Sometimes you just have to play till you find something you like. Okay, that's cool. All right, let's go to intelligent fighters. Maybe one more. How about last chance? Let's jump down to complex and let's do constant heat. And maybe entering the arc. Let's go distorted, edgy, and descending the ruins. And elephant challenge. All right, let's jump over to fast motion. Take the distorted tag off and just see what we've got. Let's jump down to Joshua's Ocean. And let's go Jungle Larry's. Let's go to hands. Maybe cooking it up. Now that's really interesting. That's got a very humanized feel to it. Let's see what that's all about. I'm just gonna... That's interesting. There is a way to make these more human, and they've done it here, and I apologize, but I do not remember how to do that. That's super cool. All right, let's jump down to field day. How about hybrid? All right, just a few more here. Let's go to the noisy lo-fi section. Called to duty. and laser tag. Ooh, I want to try Ninja Assault. And let's go to pitched tonal, closing up shop. And let's go to short staccato. Bass jungle sounds fun. In the snares category, let's try Pass the Pipe. And sweeping, Dr. Doom. And let's end with the vocal category. How about cleaning? And maybe mouth work? And my friends, that's just a small taste of what you can find in Drum Fury Motion. This is just one of the coolest instruments I've seen, especially in the rhythm category. I mean, the deep randomization options that you have here, the deep step arpeggiator that you have, the ability to customize the effects with separate effects matrices for each sound core, in addition to the step animator being separate for each sound core. This just has a ton of stuff to like. You can instantly begin creating your own custom rhythms with very little effort with this. I think it's just a super cool instrument. This is probably my favorite sample logic instrument from the last few years. It's just that cool. Thanks for checking out Drum Fury Motion with me today. So what do you think? Do you find this instrument to be as flexible and fun as I do? Comment below and share your thoughts. Please like the video and share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to check out samplelibraryreview.com for more news and reviews, and stay in the know about weekly sales via our weekly deal compressor.